Good evening, you spunky bastards. I love you. We're on another creative kick, and this time we are going to find out how to make my two little ghosty pals here. I'm going to call this one Paul and this one George. We're going to try and work on Ringo next, or maybe we should just work on John. So, right, first step. You will need your bottle. Actually, no, the first step, skip that, reverse it. First step you're gonna need is to get your Gouda, because this is going to determine how much ghosty you can make. But I think for the most part, yeah. Okay, so here's the square I'm missing earlier. This is about a 2 by 1 foot, 2 by 1 foot square. So it's not really a square; it's more of a rectangle. So I want you to cut that. But I'm going to say that this stuff works the best because when you put a tea light inside, you'll be able to see it illuminate better, because this stuff allows more light to pass through it due to the transparency. Cut, I implore you. So go about a foot across, more than a foot, and go 2 feet up. Of course, trying to cut it straight is another matter, but it doesn't have to be perfect, just as long as you don't end up with a triangle, because then it won't cover up both sides of your bottle. I think that's about right. Like I said, it doesn't need to be straight, it can be as jagged as you want. Jagged is for a good effect, but make sure that you at least get 2 sides that don't touch. Yeah, that's not bad, is it? Right. Now then, that is going to cover our bottle just, because here's one I cut earlier. Now you're going to want to go from the top of the label around like usual, right? And it doesn't matter if this edge is straight. This isn't going to really matter because you're not going to see that because of the overhang of this stuff. But what you are going to need to cut straight, because I don't want you to waste these. This is just excess plastic, and you can't trade these in at the recycling centre for your 10 cents back. There's another thing. So you're kind of spending about 10 cents on this thing. 10 cents you will never see again. But what I want you to do is I want you to smooth this out. Now, I wouldn't give for some left-handed scissors. Okay, just go around then. Round and around and around we go. Smooth it out. Well, that's a bit wonky, but I'm sure you'll do a better job than I just did. In the meantime, you want to take this and get some hot glue and hot glue this to one of those biscuit tube lids, like it doesn't have to be clear see-through. You could, I suppose, leave it clear see-through. You're going to want to spray paint this, and the handle is just the top of one of these. Now this thing is going to be used for our ghosty, but we're not going to use this part on the ghosty, so this bit can come right off. So you can go boop and get rid of it with some wire snips. Just wire snip it off if you can. Use some proper wire snips. These needle nose pliers don't quite cut as well as I'd hope. There you go. Woo! Easy. Yeah. Nearly broke it. Okay, so here's your handle. Now, if you try and aim it up so that you get, I can make a trophy. Right, if you aim it up and see what angles you're going to need to take off to make it fit to the side of the cup, and you cut this down a little ways until you have something that looks close to your angle, and then grab a paving slab, a brick, or just walk over to some pavement. If you can't find any sandpaper, I mean, don't rush out and buy some. Just give it a rub on some concrete. It'll take off any of the edges, and you can wear it down until it fits to the edge of your cup. Right. Same again, cut off the top part, cut it at an angle to save yourself some time. But if the angle isn't quite right, just shave it down, change the angle, shave it down until you get something that will fit on the side of your cup. And hot glue it on. Hot glue is preferable because it's going to melt the plastic to the plastic. See what I'm saying? And then you can either paint it gold or silver, get some spray paint, or don't get some spray paint. If you have some, cool. If you have some other way of connecting it, that'll be awesome, right? And then you'll end up with something that kind of looks like that. I'm using this to keep my bottle lids in, but my other bottle lids are in here with the tea lights that you can pick up from anywhere this time of year actually, and they're pretty cheap. You get them in like packs of 6, 8 or 12, something like that, and you can replace the batteries on them anytime you like. And we're not going to glue these into the Ghosties because that would make it so that you can't reuse them, and reusableness is the name of the game. Now back to the ghosts. If you want to put that in there, right? If you want to puncture a hole inside using your knife or a sharp pair of scissors, be careful, but do a nice little cross shape again, same as the zombies, right? Do a plus, do a plus. Now, when you cut this in half, you're going to want to cut it there on the curve, right? Probably about at the halfway point of the curve, strangely enough. There you go, cut through it, rid of the excess, give it a rub. Doesn't really need to be perfect. But then you're going to end up with these two bits, and you can make two ghosty arms out of one of these doobity-doos. So with these, you're going to need to finagle them through the hole a little bit. It's going to take some doing, but it can be done. Just wiggly round, and go to the other side, wiggly, and get this bit through the hole. Probably going to be harder. And then wiggly. Now you can make a ghost whose arms go down, make a ghost whose arms go up. And if you use one of these, you can make a ghost whose arms go out straight, whichever you prefer. I'm going to try and make a ghost whose arms go down to give them virtuality. This guy is going up, this one's going straight, so I think this one's arms should go down. Now, you're not going to hot glue these in place because this stops these from slipping anyway, but when you put your I skipped a step. But when you put this over, we're going to pinch this and glue it down each side of the arm, so this isn't going to slip without pulling the thingy off. Right, let's stick that in my goblet of fire. Now, you stay there for now, because what I need to do, and this bit gets a bit but you need to carve out a hole, sort of like drill out a hole sort of thing in the top of the bottle so that you can hang him up, because these ghosties aren't going to be sitting on the floor now, are they? If you were a ghost, would you be sitting down or would you be flying about? Exactly. Right. And this takes a little while to do. We're nearly there. Anyway, yeah, about that. You need it to be about the thickness of one of these wire pipe cleaners. Now, with the wire pipe cleaner, what I'm going to need you to do is work out where a third is. So like, fold it in half of a half, and then work out where your thirds are. So one of these is a third. Just wire snip this. Okay, and then straighten one out. So that's going to be your part that goes around the branch, right? This is going to be your hook part. And this is going to be the part that attaches your tea light to the inside of the arm. Right. Here, I'll show you. So take the shorter third and tie it around. There you go, give it a twisty. Twisty, and then make that. Now, when you put this in here, because this is the one with the thicker part, isn't it? Yeah. So hang that up. Now, because you want to take this out, well, you may want to take this out to reuse the tea light or to replace the battery. Don't glue this in, just leave it like that hanging, and if it falls out, it falls out, you know what you're going to do. But you may want to poke a hole through this part here. So let's get this out. Wow, that came out better than it went in, huh? So, again, with your knife, and carve a little hole. Yeah. Ooh, there you go. Well, that didn't carve so much as break, but there's a little hole. Okay, so then you can loop this through the hole here, and then that will hold a lot better than the other way. Anyway, so we've got to put it back in. Doobity-doobity-doo, and put that back in all the way through. There you go. Now switch that around so his arms are down and fold over there. Now that's not going to go anywhere. Good. Okay, next step is to take your longer piece and get a paper clip or a safety pin or even a pen lid, one of those ones with the bit, the pocket holder snap bit, and put this through it and tie it off. So you could legitimately use an old pen lid that you're not going to use because you know the pen's run out or whatever, right? And save the pen for something else. I don't know, right? So make your little thing there so that that's not going to come out through the hole. Now I want you to reach in and find the hole here. If you can get it through the hole. If you can get it through the hole blindfolded, you're good. Get in the hole. Here you go. There you go. And this is going to stop this from coming out. Oh dear. I think I made the hole too small. Yeah, the hole is slightly too small because the part that I wound round is too thick to fit through the hole. Anyway, so this is like that and that's like that. Now what you need to do for the next step is to go back to this and fold it in half and in half again. Here we go. Righty ho. And then just give a little snip and take off the corner, and that will put a hole directly in the middle. Nice. So when you pop this on over here like that, it's going to hang down both sides equally. Now then, what we need to do next, ignore the back, right? And this side is going to be your front. So the part, if you've got the label, the part where the label was stuck, use that part as the back. Don't worry about the rest of it. Right. Now the next thing we need to do is to take the sides and pinch underneath like that, right? Pinch him in the armpits. Ooh, that's got that. Right. Pinch him there. Bunch it up. Pinch it. Pinchy bunchy. Pinchy bunchy. And then get some hot glue. Wind's starting to get up, so my curtains are flying all over the place. Some hot glue. Pinchy bunchy. Pinchy bunchy. And squirt the glue into his armpit. There you go. This is hot glue. It may not hold until it cools down. So keep something close to hand so you can smush it together until it's cool enough for you to put your thumb on. Now that that's glued there, that's going to stop this from sliding around anymore. So it's melted the plastic to the curtain. And then take it, do the other side. So go pinchy pinchy. Pinchy bunchy. Bunch it up. Pinch it. Make sure that you've got a nice wad of it down here. Okay. Pinchy bunchy. And then put some glue in his armpit some more. And try not to glue your fingers. Woo! Okay. Pinchy bunchy. Pinchy bunchy. Okay. You glued my fingers. Whoop, 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 whoop. So, now it should hang a bit more closer to his body. And you're going to have a little bit of excess at the back. So there's more at the back and more at the front, so it hangs down over the serrated edge of the bottle. Be careful with the serrated edge of the bottle, by the way. The smoother you cut it, probably the better. Anyway, so that's that done, that's that done, that's that done. Hey. Right, toe. So, moving on. We've got these arm bits that are uncovered. Oh no, what are we going to do? Well, I suppose you could take your curtain and cut some more strips off of it if you want, but why waste curtain when you've got those white plain plastic bags I told you to keep from the zombie tutorial. So, remember how I told you to put these ones with stuff on to one side? Well, they're handy for other things, like stuffing zombies' legs with, for example. But these ones with decals on, some of them have plain sides. So cut the decaled side off, use the plain side, and cut it into strips, like about this thick, probably not this long. You can break this up. And I want you to glue these over the arms, like so. So, go over the arm, have a glue, go over the arm again, just keep building it up like feathers on a wing, right? Some more over the arm, and it doesn't have to be perfect, as long as it creates that sort of, I don't know, wingy-ish effect, like this, so that when they blow in the wind and they're all fluttering about, then it will look all pro. And break some more off. Bunch it up if you want, scrunchy, anything, you know, whatever's cool. Put a bit of glue on. Foldy over. Again. Foldy over, do your doobity doo. Put some glue on, Nice hot glue will melt the plastic bags right on there. They ain't gonna move, trust me. One more strip. Right, that bit will do. So break it up, stretch it out, screw it up, do some funky stuff, do your magic. Some glue on the tip, fold it over, yeah, fold it over the top. Now you have your two wings on. Yay! Hang on a minute, he's expressionless. What are we going to do? Well, you know I said about saving the red and the green and yellow and blue eyes, well, the bottle caps from the other one. So grab two of those. Actually, I'm going to use two of the green ones here. So these green ones are going to go on this fella, because I want him to have green eyes so he looks different from my other two guys. So turn this guy round to the front. Yep, make sure you get the front and not the back, because the back would look really weird. Like the front would look really weird with a white stripe going down the middle, wouldn't it? So, I'm going to try and hold on to this and not glue my fingers, because this is a really hot gun. And then put that about where you expect the eye to be on your Ghosty. Here you go. So we have one eye, and we has nearly got my finger there, and then we has two eyes. Okay, now Mr. Ghosty is ready to party. Check that out. Alright, so that's that. I'm pretty sure we have wrapped it all up. If there was anything I missed, it probably wasn't that important. But these guys are just going to hang out. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Had 2 and 3. Hey, what's wrong with you guys? Come on. You're all hanging out. Oh, I guess John dropped out. He wanted a solo career. Alright, John. So, now we have our 3 ghosties. And, here we go. 3 ghosties. Maybe I should be a ghostie too. Hey, John, move up. So, I'll be Ringo. No. I'm Gaz, always have been, always will be, and I'll be right here in the next video. Perhaps I'll show you how to make some more cool, preferably free, recyclable and reusable decorations for your Halloween parties or whatever. In the meantime, take care, stay creative, and have fun making some ghosties that glow in the dark. And I will see you on the next video. Peace. Two Twilight CDs, there and there, and make sure they're year-old ones anyways, ones you don't want anymore or ones you think are just complete nuttish.